This is Lansdowne Road, the voice of the fans. Coming up, Troy, he's out of the qualifiers, plus Evan Ferguson shines in Pisa, and Eileen Gleason takes on the FAI. It's Lansdowne Roar, and we're live! Hello and welcome to another episode here of Lansdowne Roar Live. David Dunn here, John by Conor McAvoy, and of course, this is where you, the lovely fans, the Roar faithful, get to have your say. Of course, the three topics we've spoken about there. We're going to go through a lot of other stuff, big, all the usual shenanigans, really. And you get to ask us whatever you want, and you can also talk to us about whatever you want as well, and which is the same as asking what you want, really. Anyway, before I ask Conor and pretend I care how he is and all that good stuff, I am just going to go through a little bit of housekeeping. As always, guys, it is live. So, yes, have your say, leave a comment, get involved to see them coming up there. We'll get there around the 35-minute mark. Also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button. Head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter account. If you want an opinion, head over to lansdowneroad.ie. That is lansdowneroad.ie. And if you want a little bit of extra roar, roar in your diet, Roar Plus, that is our subscription service. If you want to support the channel, head over to Lansdowne Roar Plus. That is in the description here below. $4.99 wherever you are, and that does wonders for us. And you can get loads of extra content, such as Raw Retro, which I probably should change, but there you go. 96, 97. Martin and I have just finished recording Euro 88 squad. There you go. You've also got State of Play, where we talk about the Premier League, and I basically bust Martin and Conor's chops about Ruben Amorim. And if you sign up before midnight tonight, so you got just under 2 hours, you go into a draw to win an Evan Ferguson, or a Roma jersey, really, but Evan Ferguson on the front there. Oh, you probably get his name back. So there you go. Conor, I suppose this is the part where I ask you, how are you? How are you?
I'm grand. I noticed there you forgot to put it live on Roar Twitter is there as well. So it's now live on Roar Twitter in case anyone's coming in late just seeing it, because David wasn't prepared. No, but I'm good.
Sorry, did I hear a phone in the background? Did I hear a video playing in the background there?
I was changed. I actually, you know what was one of the...
cannot leave his phone.
Do you know what, I went onto the Roar Twitter to see why, because when you look at the top, you see usually 3 with the X thing, and I seen 2. It's like, what's going on here? So I went into it. I went to Roar Twitter and came up Martin's video. See Martin sees slagging you about the Father Jack thing. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, Martin slagged you on his Twitter. If you want to have a look at your Twitter, that's what came up. That's what came up. That's why the video started playing. But yeah, but I'm good. It was a good weekend of watching football. Well, that's all I really do during the week anyway. But it was it was enjoyable weekend. I've just done the usual, and if anyone wants to see an article in the Irish Times, or a weekly review, with sometimes I talk about players that we don't really speak on this podcast, it is in the description of this video, Dave. And you've something else that's going on tomorrow's transfer deadline day. It's not just transfer deadline day, it's Roar Plus giveaway deadline day, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of things. We have a big announcement tomorrow as well, which we cannot announce until tomorrow when it comes into effect. Isn't that right, Conor? You guys are going to have the privilege of announcing that live tomorrow. What time are you guys going live tomorrow at?
Oh, I wish I knew.
You don't even know.
I'll say 9:30. Just to say 9:30.
That's the window preview, isn't it?
Oh, it would be
window preview. So Martin and Conor will be live tomorrow. Keep an eye out for the socials. When Martin can be bothered, really too busy at co-play. You two like having fun. They're not really bothering with you, the Roar faithful. And yes, you are correct. Tomorrow we will also announce the winner of the Roma jersey. And, best luck to you, and best luck to anyone in our last man standing. I'm raging. I had Nottingham Forest to beat West Ham, and West Ham beat them 3-0.
Yeah, there's only 7 left in it.
How did West Ham beat Nottingham Forest 3-0?
Because Forest are crap. There's this unstable club. You can't trust the club. There's no stability at it. I wouldn't trust it if I was you. But yeah, so obviously our giveaways tomorrow. Actually, it was just on the topic of Roma jerseys. From watching the game last night, that orange jersey, which, in fairness, shout out to Jason, big fan of the podcast. I remember when he said, "Oh, I really want to get the away jersey," when initially signed, and it looked horrible in photos, and people were slagging him in the comments saying, why would you want that one? But it actually looked class last night with the players wearing it. So you actually, if whoever wins it and whoever gets a really nice jersey.
You like the color orange, Conor? Yeah.
Yes, the staple of the tricolour.
Yeah. Okay.
So of course you taking sectarian abuse, because you think that there is definitely some people from the other side of the community watching our podcast that you're trying to segregate people here. So you shut your mouth. Anyway, what is going to
segregate? I bring everyone together.
You're looking to win a jersey, and you don't want to watch Raw Plus. Pay $4.99 and enter yourself in the draw, and then you can remove your subscription if you're not ours watching us after. But yeah, the draw is tomorrow evening, live on stream.
Or just subscribe to the pod and forget about your subscription. $4.99. It's not really a lot of money to you guys, but it's a lot of money to us. So yeah, don't listen to Conor. Jesus, you're some salesman, Conor. You are. Fucking hell.
No, you watch it. Once you get them in the door, they won't leave. That's my mentality. You just have to get them in the door
with quality content. With quality content.
But you know what Irish people are like? They'll get you anywhere to get you in the door. It's like, oh, you're coming in for a cup of tea. You end up staying in the house for someone 6 hours in the house. So yeah, see, think smart, not hard.
There you go. Of course, yes, the international window begins tomorrow, midnight tonight, UK and Ireland time. And that is where the only place you need to be for international window is here at Lansdowne Roar. Of course, Conor and I are going to both matches. We will be in the media section for both matches. Wi-Fi pending, of course, in Armenia. Little asterisk there. We will be doing our usual pre-match and after-match. So do join us in Armenia. And if you are in Armenia or Dublin, you see it, say hello. Because we're going to be in a certain pub.
Okay, why are you saying things like this? No, we won't. We will be going to a match tomorrow, and we're going to be in Dublin anyway. It'll be early on Monday, or early on Saturday anyway.
Yeah, but we're going to
we'll be in pubs in Armenia. That's where we'll be in pubs. That's where we'll see fans, and
we will be in a certain pub in Dublin.
Anyway,
but more
putting you on mute. But yeah. So weather or not, it's not even weather or not even Wi-Fi permitting. If we will be doing shows from Armenia, even if the Wi-Fi is terrible, we will be recording, and the stuff like that will be uploaded pretty much straight away after.
I just mean the stadium. I mean, in the ground. We don't know what.
We still record from the ground, though. We still will record from the ground as such. Like we would still do our post match. It's just, but I'd say the Wi-Fi will have to be all right, because there's likes of big media companies that need Wi-Fi that would put a lot of money into, like thousands and thousands into one venue. Yeah.
It's always funny. Like I always turn around and say, "Oh, you don't know what the Wi-Fi is going to be like in the ground," and it's like time travel or bloody power, like. But no. But I always have to say that because you just don't know what you're going to get. Anyway. I mean, we'll be in the pub in Dublin, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. How am I clown? It's true.
You say too much. You say way too much.
I'm trying to build suspense for tomorrow.
No, but when you say something like that, it just gives away everything. But go on.
We're going to be in a pub in Dublin.
Brendy, if you're watching, text on WhatsApp as he gives away too much. But yeah, go on. We can move on to our next topic.
He's in a fucking ditch somewhere. He is fucking recovering after Coldplay. Pile of shite, anyway. Right, let's get into it. Let's talk about the first topic. Of course, Troy Parrott. Conor, are you going to tell us a bit about this? Actually, no. We are going to talk about Troy Parrott, but we're actually going to talk about... We're going to do Oi Big first, and then we're going to talk about Troy Parrott. Where is my videos? Here we go. We're going to start with the goalkeepers. Apologies if I've got any of this wrong. Conor will correct me with glee because he's a spiteful little shit. Anyway, right, here we go. Queeving Keller, 90 minutes and a 2-1 loss against Aston Villa. That's not right, is it? Max O'Leary, he is injured for Bristol City. Josh Keeley, 90 minutes and a 3-0 win over Burton Albion for Luton Town. Mark Traverson on use over Everton. He is collecting that Do Re Mi. And Gavin Mizuno, 90 minutes and 2-2 draw with Watford for Southampton. Sorry, it was a 2-1 loss at Sunderland. I was getting mixed up last week with Aston Villa that Queeving Keller played in. And he had a bit of a howler yesterday, Conor, didn't he, against Sunderland?
He made a couple of good saves, and then he
threw the ball into his net.
Yeah, he kind of
effed up.
It wasn't even like, like as you say, keeper, like, how did he not save that? It was kind of like, why did he push the ball into his own net sort of job? Yeah, it was something like, the thing is, like, the reality is, if I hadn't went and watched the goal directly, because you get the notification, and somehow the way I watch matches, usually I have a minute delay on the video on the game, so I don't know why that happens, but anyway, and I went to that game because I got the notification, and I was like, oh, And I was like, what's Kelleher doing? But then, like, usually you'd see reaction on Twitter and stuff. But I think it's the reality, nothing against the club he's at. But because he's at Brentford, there's no huge media, I don't know, like barrage at a player if he makes a mistake. It kind of is like you just move on to the next sort of game and like just go on because they don't have millions and millions of fans of social media that will come for your head if you make one mistake, like we see with other Premier League or certain Scottish clubs. So yeah, it was a terrible. It was not terrible. It was just a poor mistake, and you expect a lot better from Kelleher because he's a top class keeper. But we know with Kelleher, he is an elite mentality, and he'll just move on to the next, and he'll be signed for the Ireland games.
Okay, let's move it on to defenders, and then I'm going to give my opinion about the Brentford game because obviously Nathan Collins played a pivotal role in that game yesterday. So here we go, defenders. Robbie Brady, of course, he is injured. Seamus Coleman, 2 minutes in a 3-2 win over Wolves. Go on, Shamey. Nathan Collins, 90 minutes of 2-1 loss to Sunderland for Brentford. He had a lot to say in that game yesterday. Matt Doherty, unused sub for Wolves. Joshua Honohan, 73 minutes in a 2-1 win over Drogheda tonight for Shamrock Rovers. Good old Joshua. Jacob Bryan, 90 minutes in a 3-2 win over Wolves at Molineux for Everton. Andrew Amabamadali, of course, is injured at Strasbourg. Darragh O'Shea, 90 minutes of 2-2 draw with Derby for Ipswich Town, struggling with some news for them tonight. Liam Scales, 90 minutes in a 0-0 draw with Rangers. James Abankwah, 90 minutes in a 2-2 draw with Southampton for Watford. Jimmy Dunn, 90 minutes in a 3-1 win over Charlton in the London Derby. Good win for him. Callum McDowell, 6 minutes in a 3-1 win over Debreceni tonight, that was. Mark McGuinness, 90 minutes, a 3-0 win over Burton Albion. Ryan Manning, 90 minutes and a goal in a 2-2 draw with Watford for Southampton yesterday. Aaron Cashin. Samuel Garcia McNulty, 90 minutes and 2-0 loss against FC Utrecht, easy for me to say, and Will Ferry, 90 minutes and a 2-0 win against Dundee for Dundee United in the Dundee derby. So, yeah, Nathan Collins, very unlucky yesterday, played a gorgeous through ball, which was real, I suppose, in VAR had an absolute mare yesterday, but it was offside because I think your man's elbow or something was in an offside position. Then Collins, in my opinion, should have had a penalty.
He did get a penalty.
No, we should have had another one. Yeah, earlier on. See, Conor, I thought you watched.
No, I didn't see that one, but I think that one was a bit soft. I know what you're referring to now.
I thought it was the same one. I didn't think it was too different than the one he got. He could have got one, but he didn't. And then, of course, he did get a penalty. And then Sunderland got a penalty for the exact same thing. Yeah, Collins, what a ball though that was. Beautiful through ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unreal. In fairness, so it was kind of, we knew he was offside, like, because it was one of the things when you go to the commentators are like already before he put the ball back net, they're like, oh, they're going to blow it up off or offside here, because it was kind of obvious. So as good as it was from Collins, it was just a pity he was offside. There's nothing really he can do about that. But yeah, he had an excellent performance. He's shown his class. Like,
yeah, really, I felt a bit bad for Brentford. I thought they were actually all right, but just unlucky.
What about really. Coleman? 17 seasons in a row playing minutes in Premier League. Yeah. And first midweek on Wednesday was his first 90 minutes he played since Boxing Day or whatever it was. I think it was Boxing Day was the first. Yeah. So it's I know you like to barrage him about lack of minutes and stuff, but it is great to see. The fact, what the biggest positive for me was, because people Everton fans I know said he actually played, he was so good. He was so good for them on Wednesday and how well he played. And I don't care. I know it was Mansfield, but no. But the thing is, the thing with me is, it's not even that he played. It could have been against Barcelona. He could have played. It's the fact he got through 90 minutes fully fit. How he got through? When is it?
Mansfield now 10th in League One.
No, but don't be so disrespectful to Mansfield. But the fact he played 90 minutes is, I care more the fact he played 90 minutes. So I think it shows that he could probably will get into Ireland squad. I think he'll come into the Ireland squad, to be honest. But yeah, it was great. It was good to see him get them 90 minutes and then a couple of minutes and extend his 17 years and in the Premier League and show that he is an option if needed to come in. Also, defenders wise, Josh Honohan, did he not score tonight? An absolute cracker.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I must have missed that. I was rushing.
Not worthy of my big. But yeah, and I on Thursday night, how good was he on Thursday? Me and Martin spoke about it the other day. I thought he was doing great. I think that he's actually, I think he's the first League of Ireland player since Jack Byrne that you can really say could come into the international team and there be no complaints about it. I think he is that good. And if he's going to leave Shamrock Rovers, he won't put Europe now, but if he was going to leave Shamrock Rovers, he'd go to a championship club or a very good club around like a top-ish European league, like because I think he's an outstanding footballer in every aspect.
You're a little kiss arse, you are, aren't you?
No, I just think it's disrespectful. But what if I tell the comments what you tried to say about Josh Onahan?
Don't start. Listen, don't start that nonsense. People are gonna think like, God, what's going on? No, I was just like, well, he's not in the squad, and is he going to get into the squad? When I was going through the eye big because I was flying through them, and you said he was on the standby list.
No, I said he was in provisional squad.
So you lied to me.
No, I said provisional squad. Look at the message.
Anyway, it's not important. Let's. I like Josh. I've added to his name. You call him Josh.
It's just you haven't watched enough. If you just haven't watched them, and then you presume, League of Ireland, he's nowhere off it.
No. Listen, I wanted him to play against Luxembourg. Did I not?
Yeah, but you do that whatever, and you always want to see him play, like a bit like your love friend Selma Garcia not doing. You've never watched him play.
And I actually also call him Joshua. You call him Josh like he's some common, fella from Essex or whatever. Not there's anything wrong with people of Essex. But I call him Joshua, give him a bit of class.
Respect.
So there you go. Right. Okay. Eric Cashin, yeah? Oh, he's setting a light at St. Andrews, isn't he? Oh. How many games has he played, Conor?
About 3.
Yeah. 3? Has he any in the league, or is it just all
No, yeah. Just not 90 minutes in total, probably not. But yeah, give him a few weeks. The problem is I don't get the no, but the thing I don't get with some of these loan moves, being honest, not biased because you watch how much I read them, but like how highly Aaron Cashin is thought of, especially with a club like Brighton, with like they're loaning them out. Birmingham City's captain is their left centre half. He's a left-footed centre half. Bit strange then to go, because I said they've paid a couple of million to get him in for the year on a loan fee. Do you think it's a bit odd, like to go and because the captain naturally is going to be like one of the first teams on team sheet to go bring a centre half in on loan for the season? I think it's a bit odd. I think he will naturally come in because he'll obviously a better player than the fella that's playing at the moment because they're like League One defenders coming up. Obviously, they were one of the best League One sides ever, but I just think it is a bit odd for a club like Birmingham to bring in a left centre half when that's your captain's position.
Right. God bless you. James Coleman playing against ripping up against Massive. Give over, would you? Right, let's move on to the midfielders. By the way, over 1,100 of you watching us already on Sunday night. That is brilliant. Thank you so much. Right, midfielders. Jason Knight, 90 minutes and a 4-2 win over Hull City for Bristol City. Killian Phillips, 27 minutes injured. More on him. Today's game for St. Mirren. Will Smallbone not in the squad for Southampton either. Jack Taylor, 12 minutes in a 2-2 draw against Derby for Ipswich Town. John Joe Patrick Finn, 12 minutes in a 1-0 win over Le Mans for Stade Ram in League 2. Josh Cullen, 90 minutes in an own goal and a 3-2 loss against Man United for Burnley. Finn Azaz, 84 minutes in a 2-2 draw against Watford for his new club Southampton. And Mark Sykes, 55 minutes in a 4-2 win over Hull City for Bristol City. Jason Maloney, 95 minutes in a 1-0 win over Stoke City. Andy Moran, yes, just signed. I think they're playing tonight, actually. Couldn't find any information on that. Jamie McGrath, 26 minutes in a 1-1 draw with St. Mirren for Hibs. Adam Brown, still not in the squad. Still hanging on to the Premier League hopes. Boston Lawal, 90 minutes in a 1-0 loss against West Brom for Stoke City in defence. Conor Coventry, 92 minutes in a 3-1 loss against QPR for Charlton. Milanic Ali, 89 minutes and a goal in a 3-0 win over Burton Albion for Luton Town. Joe Hodge wasn't in the squad. I couldn't find for Ton Della.
I think he's injured.
Was he injured? Okay.
He went off injured against Benfica last week at half time, so I'm guessing. Suppose he actually played really well in the first half and then went off injured, so I'm guessing. Did you take John Joe Patrick Finn off or did my thing lag?
No, I didn't. He played 12 minutes in a 1-0 win over Stade Ram. Look at you paranoid. Calm down.
No, because my thing lagged. My thing stopped. Like my screen froze and then it skipped a couple of players.
Hamster died, did he? The hamster
just
on internet up in Monaghan.
You're asking. You're asking about Andy Moran. Andy Moran, I think he's still waiting on international clearance. I don't think he can even play tonight, which is annoying. But he's been training with them, but I don't think he can play.
Yeah, fair enough. Your boy, I'm sure you're watching him, Boston Lowell. Couldn't stop
I was
West Brom
watching.
winning.
Yeah, I was watching that game. Malumbi was playing. Obviously, Mikey Johnson was playing. Boston was playing. It was an absolutely terrible game. Yeah, it was crap. It was West Brom went 1-0 up. Bad mistake by Johnson, and nothing really happened. Like, it was just a terrible game. Like, Boston really didn't have anything to do in centre half. Like, it was just a terrible. One of them championship games where just the 90 minutes just go by and nothing happens. Just one of them games. It was just a terrible game to watch. Malumbi barely touched the ball in midfield. Johnson barely.
You're back, are you? You're right there, Conor. Your internet's gone a bit shit.
Coming in.
Come on. If it keeps up, if you want to probably, I don't know, refresh the page.
It's coming in. Sorry. Don't.
No, it's all right. It's all right. These things happen. Happens to me as well. My thing starts backing up. Oh, look who's back. Celtic Symphony. Phillips injured. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Sorry, Conor has just gone out there to just reset his internet because he probably heard. Oh, he's back in now as well. Yeah, sometimes you just got to do that, folks. It is live. Just got to go and reset it. But look, he's back. Your mate's back, Conor. Look.
Celtic. I was talking to him earlier. But
that's a bit mean on poor Phillips.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll talk about the injury, lads, after. We'll talk about that after we do Oibig. But yeah, midfielders, quiet weekend. Yeah,
not much going on, really. Well, Josh Cullen, very, very unlucky on goal against Man United. Man United blessed, absolutely blessed yesterday. But yeah, very unlucky. Ball ricocheted off the crossbar, went in off the back of the set.
He played really well. He actually played really well again.
Yeah. Like he's doing okay. I think he's maybe finding his feet in the Premier League. Right, let's move it on to the attackers. Festy Ebasela, 90 minutes in a 0-0 draw with Yupsaspor. Evan Ferguson, 74 minutes and an assist in a 1-0 win over Pisa for AS Roma. Adam Ida not in the squad. More on him in a second. Or Ida, sorry, Conor's going to say. Casey McAteer, 68 minutes and 2-2 draw with Derby for Ipswich Town. Troy Parrott, he is injured. More on that. Sammy Smonich, 22 minutes and a 2-0 draw with Derby for Ipswich Town. Sinclair Armstrong, unused sub for Bristol. Another one of Conor's boys. Mikey Johnson, 88 minutes and a 1-0 win over Stoke City for West Brom. Rockavatsa, oh dear, 23 minutes and an assist and a 2-0 draw with Southampton for Watford. He's lost the bottom half. Tom Cannon's 21 minutes and a 1-0 loss against Middlesbrough for Sheffield United. Chidozie Benny not in the squad for Ipswich. More on him in a second. Michael Abafemi not in the squad for Burnley, and he is on the precipice of losing his big status. Tyler Goodrum, 72 minutes and a 2-2 draw with Coventry for Oxford United. And Atimo Amako, 90 minutes and a 2-0 loss to Wrexham. Apologies there for a couple of graphics. Will be fixed. Some Gaussian machine, as Alan Partridge would say.
Or Idemo.
It's off. Yeah, so Adam Ida, some of the questions coming in there now. This is breaking news. Just an hour ago, the time we are live. Adam Ida has completed the medical ahead of his Swansea move. Now, of course, the transfer deadline is 7 p.m. tomorrow, UK and Ireland time. Celtic striker Adam Ida has completed the second part of his medical ahead of a £7 million Celtic Symphony. The £7 million move to Swansea City. The Ireland International has also finalised paperwork on a long-term contract, so he is off to Swansea. Yeah. So, what do you think of Troy Parrott injured? What happened, Conor? Tell us.
We'll get to. We'll talk about the other forwards first because there's a few. Hopefully, in my opinion, hopefully Ida's not the only striker or a forward on the move, because I've seen there from Sheffield, a fella from BBC Sheffield, I can't think of the name, said that Sheffield United are exploring a loan move for Chio over for the season, which is obviously we've seen Kieran McKenna say that because of the long-term injury he needs to build up his fitness and stuff, which question actually could be a good question for the comments is, who would you rather at right wing, Ogbene or McAteer? Because it seems McAteer has been the chosen one as such for Kieran McKenna, obviously with the money spent on him. So it looks like Ogbene could be heading to Sheffield United on loan for the season, which I personally think is a really good loan. I know Sheffield United have been really poor to start the season, but they have a very talented squad. And if Sells gets sacked, they might bring in another decent manager. Even though I don't think Sells is a bad manager, I think it's just been a bad match so far. And I do think they will kick on. And I think players like Ogbene would help that. But I do hope Sinclair gets a move away from Bristol. He needs to go somewhere where he's the main number 9. I don't think it suits him at Bristol. It never has since he's went there. It's never really understand that move ever since he went there. I don't think it's the club for him. And Ogbene or Obafemi, is he alive? It should be not where's Wally, it's where's Obafems? Where is he? We'll talk about transfers we want to happen in a bit, but yeah, where is Obafemi? Because as you say, he's on the cusp of losing his big deals. If he doesn't get a move by 7 o'clock tomorrow, he will be gone, Dave, won't he? He will be gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just looking there, right? I have to laugh at Ipswich. They're giving out about, oh wow, we need him to get up to standard or whatever. Ipswich are currently 20th in the championship.
Yeah. And didn't Ogbene started the first game of the season, and everyone was saying he hasn't lost any pace. It must be struggling training, or like when they're doing tests and stuff, like there's like he's a couple yards off it, or he's a bit.
I reckon he's just got a new toy. I reckon it's just Case McAteer's gone there and he's got to justify it. And it's like, sorry, mate, I've paid 12 million for him. Sorry about that. You compete for the same position. You're not really going to get a look in what you want to do. And I think they're just sexing it up in the as they do. It's just getting them up to full fitness. That's nonsense.
Dave, I know I'd rather have playing in my team, but and he may be from Cork, but yeah. And actually, Rocco Vata, good to see him get the assist the weekend, get back to playing regularly for Watford and doing well and getting that. It was a lovely assist, in fairness. He was doing well at the weekend, which is good. And I suppose the Idemo Maku was actually really good for Millwall in their defeat to Wrexham. Actually, James McLean came off the bench and got an assist. Was Callum O'Dowd, was he an IBIG?
Yes. He played like 6 minutes in their 3-0 win. And did you see actually James McLean there down at Millwall? The cowardly line. That's brilliant. Proper shit housery there for James. Yeah, so I mean let's talk about some of the moves away. I mean that's your big, not great. Going into international duty. But yeah, I mean, any players that you really want to see move away that hasn't really been anything spoken about. I think Ida we knew was going to happen anyway because he's just completely fallen out of favour at Celtic. It just hasn't worked out from the end, which I think is a shame, because he had such a great start up there as well. So yeah, who do you want to see in the move, Conor?
I think the big one for me is, but I think like Obafemi's a given because it just doesn't play football. The same with like Smallbone. It seems like I think Wrexham's going to happen from what I've heard. I feel like it's just they've been waiting for him to get fully fit for doing his medical. I really want Sinclair to get moved on from Bristol City. It just hasn't worked out. I don't know whether they'll loan him somewhere or he'll go. I think going abroad where he can use his physical advantages will actually make a big difference. Alan Brown is in bad need of a move to the Championship, obviously, because
he won't go
there. No, he will. I think
he'll handcuff himself to the gates of the stadium.
No,
I want to play in the Premier League.
No, he won't. He won't go on a permanent deal. He'll go on a loan deal because he'll still be on his. When they get their wages and it gets increased when they become a Premier League player, I'd say his wages have gone up. But if they loan him, he's still getting Premier League wages. I actually put on Twitter before he went live 45 minutes ago. And Lincoln fan, in fact, said Josh Honahan, which is not a shock because they were linked to him. Johnny Kenny could be a good one to go out and loan, possibly, because obviously he signed a new contract at Celtic. A few others, Michael Obafemi, Alan Brown, Sinclair Armstrong, if he's not planned to be the main man. I think Adam Ida, obviously, but we know he's going to move. Ogbene get a decent loan. Alan Brown, Josh Cullen to Real Madrid would be decent, to be fair, someone said.
Josh Cullen to Real Madrid.
A lot of people saying Obafemi, like Obafemi's seeing the big one. But
I mean, realistically, right? If Obafemi, I mean, look, if he goes down to a League One team, I'm taking him off big.
Oh yeah, we said League One, yeah, because he's a striker. Because we've seen other strikers are playing at a higher level than that.
Yeah, it's just like it's such a shame, really. And the boy has the ability, but for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out for him. He's had injuries, there's been issues at certain clubs and all that. And I just think it's a real.
What a waste of talent! Like he is the definition of waste of talent when it comes to Irish football, Dave.
Yeah.
Like he is, I think, of all the modern players we talk about, Aaron Conor. I think he's another level. Like he's just, I don't know, like what he's not.
Yeah.
But even like there's, in fact, I'm thinking there are sort of some loan under 21 players need loan. Sam Curtis badly needs a loan move. Alex Murphy at Newcastle, Carl Heffernan at Newcastle needs a loan as well. Trent Kona Doherty, I think, needs a loan at Liverpool. I think he's bypassed the stage of playing under 21s football. Trying to think who else. Joe Brown Whitmarsh, but I think he's injured, so I don't think he'll be able to get loan time. Shane Duffy actually needs a move. I don't know what's the story there because he's not in the plans at Norwich.
Really?
So, yeah, he's not. So that's been talked. Remember, it was talked about. We talked about this about 3 weeks ago at the start of the season that Liam Manning had spoke to him and Duffy was like, yeah, it's fair enough. But I don't know what the story is in terms of loan, if he's going to get it, not a loan, sorry, a move. But I don't know what's the story. Is he going to get a move? I don't know if anyone knows. Is anyone a Norwich fan here or a fan of a championship club, which it says?
I like Shane, respect Shane Duffy, but I sort of not. I just stopped following him. His career really doing big.
He was Ireland's best player, but for what a 5-6 year period, all in a series, he was probably the late 2010s to the early 2020s.
He was up there, yeah.
Him and Darren Randolph, in my opinion, were maybe not in club wise, but or maybe why because he did so well at Brighton. But in terms of Ireland, what he offered to Ireland,
yeah, I mean him, McLean, and all that, they were excellent.
As he was, in fairness, nothing against James McLean. He was that Shane Duffy was our best goal scorer and our best defender at one stage.
Okay. Just quickly before we move on to the last story, and then we're going to get on to the comments. Obviously, Troy Parrott is out. What happened there, Conor? Do we know?
We don't know. It seems he picked up a knee injury in training before their Conference League playoff. And Martins, I think he called the manager, said on Thursday after their Conference League playoff, he picked up a knee injury. I think basically it's not serious, but he'll miss the weekend and therefore he won't go away with Ireland. So yeah, basically that's what they've said. What my thought process there is, if it's not serious, knowing what Troy Parrott's like and how much he speaks about is the most important thing for him in football is just playing for Ireland and playing for Ireland. That's really it. So in my opinion, I think he will try. He would at least have put. I don't know because we don't know if because AZ were playing today, so he wouldn't have flown in today unless it was very late or early tomorrow. So my guess is, if he gets his way, he probably will fly in and get assessed by the Ireland doctors and the medical team, and maybe if he's able to get away with training later in the week. But I don't know because the thing is, AZ pays wages, Ireland don't pay his wages.
Yeah, you don't want to go down. You don't want to go down a route either.
But the thing is, and as I've said to a few people, I don't think he would have. I personally don't think Keimer would have started him on Friday night or Saturday night. Sorry, but yeah, I do think it's not impossible, but the longer it goes on about the FAI confirming it makes you think maybe he might fly in, maybe he won't. But I guess we'll probably find out. I think we'll find out probably tomorrow morning if he has or not. Usually they put out when the training starts to say if someone's come in or not. Maybe we haven't spoken about who could possibly go in, but I wouldn't be shocked if he still comes into the camp despite what obviously his manager said. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, I look, he might. I know he's got a massive, he's got a fervour to play for Ireland, but at the end of the day, look, AZ pay your wages, and Evan Ferguson would probably start anyway. I mean, even though he's our most informed player up front, probably actually our most informed player, but like you don't really want to start that, especially for his club career, because it won't end well. It won't end well. We've seen it happen with the lads at Everton when. What was his name? Not the Burr. The other James McCarthy, but the manager, Koeman. I always think of the two brothers because you had Ronald Koeman and I think Frank Koeman, his brother, and Frank and Ronald de Boer. Anyway, and he started a massive club country route, didn't he? With Martin O'Neill, Roy Keane, and all that. And it's just not good. It just creates a circus. So if he's out, he's out. It's unfortunate, but there you go. Right.
Also, injury. He's not the only injured player.
Oh, yes, sorry, Killian Phillips. He is out. So who comes in for him? What was your guess?
I
You
think it
said
would be
earlier.
Malumbi if it is, but we don't know exactly. But he came off today after 25 minutes. It's just never a good sign. We don't know how serious it is or what the extent, because I wasn't watching. But
I'm
yeah.
checking to see if there's any breaking news on that, by the way.
So yeah, hopefully it's not serious, because you don't want to see a lad like that missing out on that opportunity, because it's a big opportunity for him to come back into the squad after getting 2 appearances. But I would hesitate. He's probably going to be out, and I'd say Malumbi will probably come in for him. It'd be interesting. Who do people want to come in for Troy Parrott if he's out? If Troy Parrott comes in and Malumbi comes out, Parrott and Phillips are out, I would probably guess it'd be
Festy?
it's probably Fest. I don't know. I think
I know it's not a like for like,
well,
but
we don't have that many midfielders in the squad. Plus, we don't really have that many. We only have 2 strikers. And if Parrott's out, and we've seen Heimer pick 4 before, so I know he's had Sinclair in the squad before, and he's had Tom Cannon. Could be one or two, or could be. But Johnny Kenny wasn't even on the bench, so you can't really pick the players not even making the bench for Celtic. So I think it's probably between Sinclair or Tom Cannon, or possibly maybe Louis Barry could be brought in now, because I know he's naturally a winger, but he had played a lot of his younger days in striker, and he can operate like in either role. But I do think Coleman could be one of. I think they might even bring in 3 players and have a 25th man, and a chance to bring Coleman in, because it's interesting what he'll do.
I tell you what, it's a shame we can't. No, I won't. I won't say it. I won't say it. But a certain player scored an absolute screamer of a goal yesterday. Did you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
From Everton,
Yes.
the one that doesn't play for England.
The one that doesn't play for England.
Maybe
scored.
hopefully he gets a passport in place.
What? What a goal that was!
He's unbelievable. Like, if he imagine it comes out this week, could you imagine it comes out? Could you imagine the summer reveal? I said that to Martin. Could you imagine the Dewsbury Hall decides to play for us, because he doesn't need to get international transfer, because he's never played for England, so he just needs to get a passport basically. So could you imagine, like, there was a press conference midweek, and then he comes out, just someone comes in a Spider-Man costume or something, or a Batman costume, and he just pulls the helmet off or pulls the mask off, and it's Dewsbury Hall, because he would change our team ridiculously. But yeah, but that's just wishful thinking.
No, he is absolutely some boy. Hell of a bloody team. What was I going to say? Right, let's move it on to the next. See the comments coming in there, guys. Keep them coming in. We're going to move on to our final story, and then we're going to get to the comments. And that bit of an explosive story, Conor. Woke up to this morning. Eileen Gleason, there she is, the former Ireland women's manager, who obviously took over from Vera Pauw in acrimonious circumstances. Not her fault, by the way. But however, she is taking on the FAI. It is in the Irish Independent. The story comes from Mark Tighe, of course, friend of the pod. And you can read it there. It is behind, it is a premium article, so it is behind a paywall as such. But we'll talk about it here. Conor has very kindly gone through the bullet points here, and just to kind of talk about this. But here's what it's about. She's taken legal action. It's against the FAI after being forced out of her role as women's national team manager after just 16 months. She alleges gender discrimination, bullying, and unlawful conduct under the Employment Equalities Act of 1998 to 2015. Claims she was paid 100 grand, which is 6 times less than the men's manager, Heimer Halgrimsson, 650 grand. Forced appointment. Gleeson says she was coerced into accepting the interim role after Vera Pauw's departure, only given 30 minutes to decide on taking the job before the FAI board meeting. Felt exploited, fearful, and valued as a woman. She said, compared with John O'Shea, who had time to negotiate terms before becoming men's interim manager, working conditions, on a resource, etc. Some, said that the women had to fly in a propeller plane, whilst the men were on executive standard aircraft. I mean, that could be just where you're playing, to be fair. Women queued at public airport security. Men used platinum services for private security. Women had fewer staff, 1 full-time ops versus 4 for men. Opposition analysis, that is. Teams face unsuitable hotels. Apparently, she was a project manager and needs security for the team as well. There were safety concerns. There was multiple incidents of harassment of the women, security breaches on away trips, including a man recording players entering the medical room in a bathrobe. Jesus, that to me was like, really. Equal pay as well. That's come up. PR treatment. There's so much stuff to go through here. But she got a fair when she was dismissed. She expected a fair review, but received only a mini review compared with the men's 52-page independent technical analysis when Stephen Kenny was not renewed. She claims she was held to a higher standard than men's coaches. Official reasons for non-qualification and lack of progress, but obviously citing that Stephen Kenny never qualified for anything and he was given a contract. Just said, it was all very discriminatory. The FAI have said it could be hundreds of thousands of euros in compensation, by the way, if successful. She's still employed by the FAI, which is mad. Head of Football Strategic Insights and Planning. The case, the FAI says its women's football budget has increased 410% since 2019, and that new measures, security, airport, platinum services, drivers were introduced in 2024. So, Conor, not to unpack there, but obviously still a lot of, what's that look for?
There's just so much in it. It's hard to even when I got it shortened the bullet points, it's still so much.
It's a meaty case.
It should have been Mark Ty should have done like a 3-week unveiling thing where you buy this on his papers and then you get this bit of it and you get the next bit and you get
Conor. It's called a story. I know you want everything in 2-second bites, but that is a good old-fashioned article. Well,
no, it is. It is good. It's a great read. It is a great read. Like Mark Ty's are always great reads, but it's just so hard to decipher all of it because there's so much in, and there's so many things that you'd have like mixed thoughts on. In my opinion, there's so many things we'd like that's a bit over the top by her side, and then there's some things you're like you can totally understand the frustration. So that's probably the problem. It's just there's so much like in terms of I don't think a plane should be an issue. I think that's just piling on top of other things. I don't think for example, you get when you fly from Ireland to Liverpool or Manchester on a Aer Lingus, usually you're on one of them Aer Lingus regional planes, which are propeller planes, which just the way it is. And the thing is, if you're getting a private plane, who cares if it's worth more? You're still getting a private plane for your team. In my opinion, I wouldn't be too fussed. It must be nice to even have that option. But something like that. But then you see the bathrobe thing with the man coming in videoing them, I think is a disgrace. I think it's very strange they didn't have an analyst team. I do think in terms of on the other side, I do think her complaining about not getting equal pay as Heimer Hallgrimsson is not the way to go about it, because the FAI can then pull up all the figures of why the men's manager will earn more than the women's manager, but there's so much to unpack and there's so much on either side that I'm kind of I can make you could make a very valid, what I'd say you can make a very valid argument why the FAI have done nothing wrong, or you can make a very valid argument why Eileen Gleason deserves her compensation.
I think the security thing. The security thing for the players is just great. Look, the way the world is at the moment, it's a bit mad, and women athletes and celebrities are just targeted by creepy men.
Women in general, it's just women in general. Really,
just women, absolutely, just women in general. So that needs to be sorted out, and that needs to be in brought into consideration. Yeah, I'm with you with the plane stuff. That kind of depends where you're going. If you're going to the Aran Islands, as you said, the Aer Lingus regional, it just kind of depends. I don't see the problem there. Security, I could kind of see that should be sorted out by the FAI, and they should be, given the platinum treatment as well. The pay thing would be an issue for me. I think it's good that the players get the same pay. The men's, so how this works, and please, I don't want to see any shitty comments about this in the comment section because it gets misconstrued and it's fucking annoying when it does. But you get a match fee. Do you know how much the match fee is? I don't know, just off the top of your head, Conor, that an Irish player would get.
I don't know. I can try to find out, but I think it might be confidential. I don't know what it is like.
I think it's like, I remember it used to be like £800 years ago, but basically, so they could bring it in budget. So the Irish men's team will get paid a match fee, whatever. Normally it goes to charity because they're all Premier League players or Division One players. Like, they're comfortable, unless they're like a youngster kind of thing. So the women were, they wanted to bring that parity with the men's. It's like a couple of thousand or whatever it is, and people are like, oh, they want equal play. They think they deserve millions, etc. No. Where that couple of grand would be nothing to a Premier League player, it could be everything to a female player. And that's just the level where the game's at the moment. So stuff like that, they had to bring that down. The men had to take a reduction. They agreed to it so that the FAI could afford it. But yeah, I'm with you in terms of a salary. Look, at the end of the day, if you look at the money that the men's team brings in compared to the women's team, that's a whole different argument. But yeah, I will say this as well. It goes into the Vera Pauw, how Vera Pauw was treated. We have said this on previous podcasts that Vera Pauw, when she was dismissed, that was a complete. They made a bollocks of that, and as an unnamed FAI employee. As the thing says, the article. But if you notice, if you've read the stories in the lead up to that and the interview that she had, Vera Pauw, like that wasn't handled particularly well. I don't think.
Are you referring to someone that's no longer there?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. it's there anyway.
Right? Yeah, just double checking because
but they're unnamed.
Yeah, but it's been so long since that's happened.
Yeah, but the way she was treated got them to a World Cup, and then and look, the players, like the women's team, were delighted. Do you remember that in the press conference? I can't remember the names, but they were delighted. Oh yeah, I'm glad she's gone.
With her pal. Yeah, I remember that saying that.
It was a crazy situation, and Eileen Gleason was kind of was shanghaied into that a little bit, and she felt that was a bit unfair, and stuff like that. I do, and also when the program that the FAI have set up, the name escapes me, for the victims of abuse in the FAI, female player abuse. Yeah, they released that on the same day as the men. They had the press conference for that in the UK the same day that they unveiled the manager. Stuff like that, just really shouldn't have happened. So she's got a point. She does have some points. Some of the stuff, no, I don't agree with. But Conor, as you said, there's a lot there that they could be hammered over.
And it is interesting because she'll have the support. The problem is she'll have a support of the players now, because if the players asked, they'll always, because wasn't she very popular with the past group of players, even though it didn't work out in the end, which is the reality is, I think it was a bit like Stephen Kenny. It just didn't work out, and that it was ready to move on to the next, unfortunately, even though in fairness, she done unbelievably well in her first Nations League campaign, which she deserves a lot of credit for. And she did help, in fairness, she did help steady the ship a bit, didn't she? When it was a lot of turmoil between the players and management at Ireland, which there should never really be. But yeah, it's a pity the way this has played out, because I wasn't expecting this to come out now this morning, were you?
No, although Richie Sadler said it, didn't he, that there's going to be more stuff coming out. He said it ages ago, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. The problem is now me and you could come out and say we were treated terribly for the way we write in the program, and but you could get a great story out of it, and people could. So it's once you go against the FAI, everyone's going to believe you, unfortunately, even if you are in the wrong for doing so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll say this for you. I've never had a, we were treated all right by the FAI, so we're not going to.
We have a great relationship with the FAI.
Yeah,
we both work. We're both employees at the FAI.
Yeah. There you go. See our subscriber.
You're paid on the payroll.
Yeah. We write articles and we get paid for it, But anyway, yeah. I mean, there's more to this. There's probably going to be more coming out, and that's another employee that's taken them to a tribunal. Gal Dervin took it to a tribunal. She's still employed by them.
Yeah, it's because she was the head of women's football, and then she got the interim job because she was a big thing in that article about that she felt forced into taking the role, and then she came back, and then that role was gone, obviously, when she left the women's job, so they had to find a new role for her. So yeah,
contractually. And I heard she was actually brilliant in that role as well.
Yeah. I think that's why probably she was so happy in it. So, but it's just pity it's played the way it's played out. Hopefully something could be even resolved behind the scenes, or
Hope they sort it out.
people who are in the wrong can learn from their mistakes. That's the most important thing. Whether obviously money's an object, but you want people who made mistakes to learn from it, and for the next that it's not going to happen with the next person in charge.
I hope they sort it out. I hope lessons are learned from it, and we can move on in a positive way for everybody. Right, let's get to the comments. Let me find my little... Right, we finally got to the comments a little bit later than we intended to. Let's have a look on. Let's see what the Raw faithful are saying. BJMM, Parrott, 100% out. Well, we think so, don't we?
I'd say 65%.
65%. Nick, who is a subscriber of Lansdowne Roar Plus. How are you, lads? How are you, Nick? And thank you, Nick, for...
Will we give another little shout out, Dave, since there's 1,800 watching live, and tomorrow is our deadline day of not just football, but of Roar Plus?
Do you know what? We should. Let's do it. It's you're absolutely correct. Normally I do that. I do a little a little break and a little pause. But yes, before we get right into the comments, before we get balls deep into the comments, if you want to get a little bit of extra Roar, you can head over to Roar Plus. It is in the description below. $4.99, whatever currency you have in your country, it will be $4.99. It's a great way to support the channel. Don't worry, we're not going behind a paywall. I think it was established that now. We're not all going behind a paywall, but we'll have things like Raw Retro, where Martin and I go through some pivotal moments in Irish football in history. We also have a non-Irish football podcast, State of Play, where we just basically take the piss out of Man United, which is great at the moment. And also, if you join before midnight tonight, that is UK and Ireland time, you go into a draw to win a Roma jersey, whatever Roma jersey you want in the current.
And there will be extra content revolving around international break on Roar Plus as well, so that will be enjoyable. Not just if you want more Irish based content as well, there'll be more of that on Roar Plus this coming week, actually.
Yeah, it's too saucy for OnlyFans, isn't that right, Conor?
Well said.
Well, yeah. God, After Dark. Roar After Dark. So there you go. It's all in there. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Head over to Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter account, and head over to lansdowneroad.ie. And don't forget, lads, when international window, there is nowhere else you want to go. And tomorrow night, the lads will be live with a massive announcement to be made tomorrow night.
Yeah. Our international break really starts, Dave, doesn't it? In like 1 hour and 4 minutes, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are you nervous for Saturday yet? Because I know you're going to be on tomorrow. So are you nervous for next Saturday?
Next Saturday? That's when the match is, isn't it? Jesus. Yeah. It's absolutely... is it next Saturday? No.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. No, it's next Saturday, yeah.
Sorry, the calendar. It's one of those stupid ones. Yeah, I am nervous because you know what? We have to win. I think we have to win our first two games. It's a 14 group. It's a bit like the 6 nations or 5 nations. There's no room for error. Yeah. Like there isn't. Like if we lose against Hungary, it's done. It's done. And if we win, if we get 6 points, man, we are going into October on a crest.
Because we have Portugal away, obviously, in October, but it's just you just go in and you just play for whatever. The spirits will be high and you just go for it. And obviously you're not going to go for it. You're going to be playing with the ball, but you're going to have a attitude that we can actually puzzle them off. But we lose to Hungary at home, we're going to think, oh, we're fucked here. But so I do think it is massive momentum wise because Hungary play Portugal, I think in Budapest, their second game. Because you imagine they come to Dublin and they win in Dublin. That'll give them so much momentum to think, oh yeah, we're going to pull some points off Portugal. So they could end up getting, if they get 4 points off their first 2 games, we're done.
I really think we have to win all our home matches and try to get a result away from home. We absolutely have to. It's as old as the hills. Yeah. Win all your home games if you're going to qualify. But we lose to Hungary at home. Even if we need 6 points, really. 4 points wouldn't be a total disaster. I suspect that will be a draw at home and a win away in Armenia. Although last time we played Armenia, we lost 1-0.
We'd be better off. We actually would be safer off beating Hungary at home and drawing with Armenia away.
Don't do that, yeah.
No, but that would be better because you're taking 3 points because Hungary then could start possibly on 0 points in the group.
True.
I know it is it would be a massive downer to go and draw away, but you'd be so much. The thing is, you'd be going into the second international break on 4 points with Hungary on 0, pretty much, which you would expect to be on. Yeah, but no, we want 6 points, and that's all. That's all acceptable.
6 points. Right. Let's get into the comments now. Let's go balls deep into the comments. Kevin Lawler, will any more on debut tonight, Conor?
No, I don't think it's what I've heard is the paperwork is not paperwork. What you got international clearance? Yeah, well, it's just paperwork. It's not done yet.
Okie dokie. Nick says another great performance by Festi for Başakşehir tonight. Apparently, call him up, Heimer, for fuck's sakes. And Forrest was shy. To be fair, could have been fine, and that's on my last one. So,
would you call Festi up as one of the ones replacements?
Yes. If for Troy Parrott, I would. Why not? Because look, you got the big man, you got Ida, you got Ferguson. I think Festi, anytime he's played for Ireland, you'd obviously play him as a right winger. Well, as a right forward. Yeah. I'd absolutely bring him in there. Look, if push came to shove it and you needed a striker up front, you could probably push Smolich up there. There's options. It's not the end.
Do you think, just from watching Kirkes today, actually, he was good. I thought he was decent defensively today, but he was against Madueke, Madueke's a very good player, but he doesn't really have that, he's fast, but he doesn't have that Festi or Bennett pace where you can just kick it and go past him or just fly past someone. He's he's very good defensively if it's like a 1v1 where someone's trying to do a few step overs and beat you cut inside. I just think that Festi or Bennett kind of have that X factor in terms of that outrageous pace that can just leave Kirkes in the dirt and just go flying past him, and he takes him out, and then he's on a yellow card, which puts him in a really dangerous position for the rest of the game, which I do, because I think McAteer is going to start next Saturday, but I just don't know if McAteer has that X factor, because he's a great athlete, but he's just not as fast, if you mean that they can just do something out of nothing. But even though he's a really good footballer, and I think he will do well, but I just think the other two could just do something out of nothing.
It's just Festi has that in his locker. Festi can come off the bench and just do something like he did against Finland.
Yeah.
He's got that. And I'd like to have that on my bench. Thank you very much. Like you have Ida, you have Evan Ferguson, the two big lads. You got the wingers, if you want, lashing the balls into the box. You could have Smolich playing in behind them if you really, really wanted to. Like, I think there's a lot of versatility there. So bring in Festi. Why not? Giuliano Grazzini. Good night from Rome and from AS Roma supporter. Good man, Giuliano. I hope you.
Forza Roma.
Forza Roma. You look after Evan now. He's doing a bit of business for it. And actually, our condolences to Evan. And he lost his grandfather, Fergus Ferguson, and he still went out and he still played and he still got an assist and he played brilliantly as well.
Yeah, he was excellent.
Yeah, and it really pissed me off when I saw some comments saying, "No, wow, an assist." God, people that just don't understand football. Declan, another subscriber to Roar Plus. Thank you very much for your support. Can't wait to be at the Viva Saturday evening. Now feels like it could be one of them big nights, even this early in the campaign. It's a 7:45 kickoff, isn't it?
I don't know. Time won't matter to me. I'll be just shitting myself, to be honest.
Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. It's just been a crazy few weeks, and we've got so much stuff trying to get sorted. You kind of forget these little details. 7:45 kickoff Saturday, 7:45 p.m. on the 6th of September. Christ, that's how excited we are about that. Yes, it could be, Declan. It could be one of those great nights, Conor. Could you imagine? Like we need to get into these lads. We need to unsettle these boys, don't we? We need to get stuck in, and we need to get the Lansdowne Roar, not just the podcast. Well, we will be there, but we need to just get into these lads, don't we? Set a marker down. Get like an early shot and goal. Have Festi or somebody, have a run at the attackers, Kirkes, whatever. Just get the crowd on side, like we did in the first 10 minutes against England, and give these boys a game. And I'm telling you, I think we can get a result. Jeez, it'd be some atmosphere if we win, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know it would be. I'll be at Cloud9. That post-match show will be an all-timer.
Oh, it will be. And what are you doing after the thing? Are you Martin cozying up? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. I'm going back to Dundalkin. Some extra content, lads, coming out for Raw Plus. You can't miss it.
Shut up, you clown. You're a clown.
Listen, we need the money.
Self,
Conor, what time you flying out the next morning to
7 o'clock or something mad.
7 in the morning, right? Yeah, so you got to be there, what, 4 a.m. So just make sure. Yeah, and then I'm flying out. Where are you flying to? On the way to
Where are we
Armenia?
playing? Oh, we're playing Armenia. I'm flying to Budapest actually.
It's mad. Watch out! Oh, you'll have all the Hungarian fans on. You got to get lynched.
They don't have any fans. Yeah, but yeah, I'll be flying to Budapest.
Conor, yeah, protect Conor, by the way. If you're on that flight with him and they all starting it, because I mean, look at him. Look at Conor right there. He looks like an Ireland flag, doesn't he? Got the green, white, and orange going on there. Just make sure you protect him at all costs. I need him over in Armenia. Will be flying the next day. I've got a 12:10 flight. I fly out to Frankfurt. Got a few hours in Frankfurt Airport. Got to catch up on a little bit of work and stuff, and then I'm off to Armenia. And I get there like 3. They crack a bird shit like 3 in the morning. How are you guys, by the way? Going through the comments there. Just 2,000 of you watching tonight on a Sunday night. Fantastic support again. How are you guys getting to Armenia? Are you going to Armenia? Are you going to the match on Saturday? How are you getting to Armenia? I want to know. That's the question from me to you. Declan, thank you again. A great comment. Donny Nagel, worried about Szoboszlai at Aviva, won't lie. Yeah, twice in a row now he's filled in at right back. Conor, I didn't get to see the match, unfortunately, and I saw the highlights. Hands were a little bit full tonight. Yeah, apparently played. I saw the free kick, superb free kick. I didnn't know he had that in his locker, by the way.
Did you not?
Although we do have Ryan Manning. So, yeah, but he's.
Did you know he had that in his locker? He's been doing that free. He was doing it his whole time in Germany, and he's been doing it for Hungary as well. I've seen him do it a few times for Hungary. So he's a set piece specialist. He is.
So when you see, if you see Hungarian fans, if you see Conor on the plane, get him. But yeah, I'm worried. He is a super player, though, isn't he?
Surely he can't do two games in a row, though. So that's my thought process. Hopefully, that's the one out of the system. The problem is you didn't see it at Liverpool last season because of Trent being there, and he took free kicks, throw-ins, gave out the water, picked up the bibs, done everything. And
sitting on his arse in Madrid, and dropped out of the England squad.
He got an assist last night, actually. Did well.
Yeah, but he was dropped from England, so.
Oh, who cares about England?
Zed Lepelin. Here's a question for you. If Republic of Ireland were a club team, what level would we be? I reckon championship.
Yeah, it'd be top championship. Nah, well, I don't know.
Promotion chasing championship side.
Oh no, we'd be better than that. Because when you think of it, Collins, like look at our backline would be double decent, and we wouldn't concede any goals at all. And like Josh Cullen when he plays in the championship, is like Rodri.
He's in a midfield.
Yeah, but look, how good is Rodri? We'd just go up and down every year. We'd just be the biggest yo-yo team of all time. We'd go up and down every year. We'd win it every year. Now we get relegated.
Yeah, probably. Actually,
yeah, that would be the greatest yo-yo team of all time.
Yeah, we'd be what's the club that constantly does that? We'd be Burnley. Is it Burnley that does?
It used to be like, was it Dunfermline used to do it in Scotland? We're up and down like every year for 10 years or something like madness.
Yeah. Joe, how's it going, Joe? It's amazing people wanted Ferguson loaned to the championship. In the end, he managed to get somewhere better than Brighton. Solé and Dybala are fantastic. Good man, Joe. Downtown 123. Good night, lads. How you doing, Downtown 123? With Parrott out and Ida, who should be called up as cover for Fergie, also cover needed for midfield. You said Malumbi for Phillips, and I reckon Festi for not a straight swap. I get it, but I just think that boy.
Do you think if Malumbi drops out and we need a midfielder, you'd pick? Or sorry, Phillips drops out. Would you go with Malumbi or would you go with?
To be Malumbi, really, wouldn't it? Don't really see anyone else at the moment. Like genuinely, don't see anyone else at the moment. He hasn't been in the last few squads, Malumbi. But he's playing regularly.
He's been missing through injury, wasn't it? Or no, because the June squad obviously he finished the season in early, so he wouldn't have been involved. And wasn't he suspended in March? Because I remember Jaime saying that he couldn't play the first game, and he said if he's ready to come in, they'll pick him. But I just think, unless Smallbone, unless they'd want to bring him in.
To be honest, that's an interesting. Why would you bring Phillips in over Malumbi?
That's what you're saying. No, I wouldn't say. I don't think it's a terrible decision. I just think it's a big surprise to everyone. I think everyone was very surprised. I think Heimer just loves him. not loves him. I think he just really
Yeah,
rates him. I think he really likes Phillips. He must have been very impressed by him in training, and he started him against Luxembourg and gave him a cameo off the bench against Senegal. So that's probably my thought.
I think Malumbi's somebody you could do a lot of damage against a team like Armenia. To be fair, I was looking at their players. I'll be doing a lot of research on them.
Oh,
Some of the players like they're not. There's a
not mugged.
fanzine being released. There's a fanzine being released tomorrow, by the way, and it's got information on Armenia and places to go. But yeah, some of the players played at some couple of decent clubs. Legia Warsaw, who are in the
Poland.
Europa League. Poland, Legia Warsaw. They're in. There's a lad there, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Of course, had a very famous rivalry with Liverpool back in the '70s. So I was looking at him there. So
Just they don't have a big Italian anymore. It's a big positive.
Here's one for you, Conor. Quickly, opinions on Marco Mahoney.
Excellent player. It's not gone as well as possible at Reading so far, but it won't be long before he starts bagging in the goals. He'll hopefully score a few for the 21s this camp.
Fair enough. Thank you, Alfie, for the comment.
I actually tried to say. Sorry, Dave. Sorry to interrupt. I actually tried a suggestion. I don't. Did you see Emilia's goal the other night?
Did I see Mason Millie's goal?
You can search there on Twitter whilst I'm talking. Actually, just search his name; it'll come up. Outstanding individual goal. It was different class. And he's been in such good form as of late. Like he's been the best probably form he's ever been in the League of Ireland. He's getting better.
One against Derry.
Yeah, last on Friday night. And he was really good. I even think against Istanbul in the first. I actually thought he played well. He was just kind of isolated, and I wouldn't be shocked if Heimer Hallgrimsson considered him as the next option to bring him into the senior squad, because the reality is Tom Cannon, Sinclair Armstrong, Johnny Kenny, kind of the next options after that in terms of just number nines are all not or going through bad spells. Mason Mealy is probably the informed number 9 outside of them. It's just because he's so young. It's like, do you bring him in? I wouldn't think it's impossible to see Mason Mealy brought in just because he simply is. He's just that good at that age.
Well, I mean, Spurs have got him, haven't they, for over £1 million. I did actually see that the other night. Sorry, when we were doing the League of Ireland review, I did watch it. Yeah, that's a great goal. That boy, he's got such talent, Mason Mealy. You know what? You can see him in Armenia. You could probably play him against Armenia. Hungary might be a little bit too high step now.
I know. The thing is, I don't think he'd play really in either game, to be perfectly honest with you. But the thing is, Heimer has said in the past he doesn't want to bring players in just to be there for experience. They're brought in if they're ready to play. To see him as like Crawford, I think is big on that now because I think he's lost a good few players over the years into the senior squad, brought in to not even play. Do you remember Andy Moore? Do you remember when he missed that Norway game and came off the bench against New Zealand, but it happened to him before. A different time he didn't play, and it's happened to a few others in the past. So I think Heimer's big on that. If you're going to come in, you're seen as someone that can actually come in and play straight away.
I think he could. To be fair, Armenia, I don't think you could play him against Hungary, but I think Armenia he could do a job. But no, and listen, if you're not going to play him, don't piss about. Don't do what they did to Annie Moran before the Italy game, wasn't it? When he was going to be the captain as well.
Yeah.
Stupid. Kieran Leog, how you doing, Kieran? What post can we find you at this weekend? Well,
I'll text you, Kieran. I'll text you because he put another message there.
Right.
A couple.
Yeah. He's going to let you know there. Basically, we have a big announcement tomorrow on. You're going to have to tune in officially to see the big announcement on the window preview. Oh, good man. Flying in from America as well, Kieran. Look at that. Brilliant stuff, Kieran. See, Kieran feels it. He knows we're going to see something special on Saturday, and we don't just mean Lansdowne Roar. But yeah, we will announce it. We will announce it. What Mark's going to do Lansdowne Roar Plus. We're going to announce it tomorrow on the window preview tomorrow night. Martin and Conor will announce it. It's going to be pretty obvious when you see the episode start up. I'm not going to say any more about it, but Kieran, we will let you know, and hopefully, obviously, we will have to be in the ground because we do. Conor, that's the thing. Like, we do take it seriously when we go into the ground. We take it very seriously, and we do work. We get stuff prepared. It does take time to get prepared to have a live broadcast inside the ground. So we do have to be in the ground by a certain time. But we'll let you know. And Kieran, if you're around, mate, say hello. Nick, I'd call a festival for Parrott. Good lads. Smolich can play up front if needed. Lumby for Phillips. Nick, Jesus, you read my right. I genuinely didn't even see that message, but good man, Nick Kieran again. Yep, so he's flying in from America. Aaron Gubbins, another Roar Plus subscriber. Good man, Aaron. Let's hope Dominic Sabazlight has had his fun. Some goals, to be fair, it was a screamer, and I know it wasn't a great match, Conor, was it? It was going to take something like that, a set piece, wasn't
Yeah, he's just moment of magic. But I'll break him up next Saturday. He won't get to do it.
Yeah, but just break them up for like the window. Aaron Gubbins, Lance, what's happening to Ida? Also great to listen to you as always. While I'm at it, where would you like Oba to go? What league? Oba Femi to the championship somewhere, anywhere, any club in the championship, minimum. Otherwise, he's going on for big. And yeah, Ida, he is going to Swansea, Aaron. A £7 million move. He's had his second medical, so that should be finalised by
I actually do think with Sheffield Wednesday, who can't sign anyone, they can only get loans. Could the loan? I actually think Sinclair Armstrong would do really well at Sheffield Wednesday because of this style, because they're kind of going to be behind the ball a lot and his pace and power in the counter. Even Obafemi would do quite well there. The problem is you just can't trust him with his body. He'll end up doing too many sprints in one game and his hamstrings will go or something. But Obafemi, if another team from Turkey comes in from, or the same team comes back in from, I wouldn't mind seeing him go to Turkey.
There you go. Nick, Luke O'Connell is in insane form for Barnsley at the moment. Probably won't be in consideration, though, because it's still only League One. Yeah, sorry. Look, I know he's a superb player. 6 years ago, was going to be picked by Mick McCarthy for the Gibraltar game, but then he got injured. I think he was at Bolton at the time, or Celtic at the time.
Yeah, it's Bolton, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, he's League One. He's not going to get picked, so we have to kind of move on. But if he gets into the championship or he gets called up, he'll be back in Oibig. Aaron Gubbins, RB Hungary can't come quick enough. I know, Aaron. If you can't go to all the Ireland games for the past few years, does that rule you out for getting tickets to Ireland, Portugal, and the Faro? Would love to go. It doesn't rule you out, Aaron, but it does rule against you. If you join the ISO thing on the WhatsApp there, if you look at Gary Spain on Twitter, Gary's a good man. He's a good guy. He's the Irish Supporters Liaison Officer. If you go on there, he's got a WhatsApp group and he gives you all the latest information, Aaron. Martin would normally give you that information, but he's not here tonight. Although he will be on tomorrow if you want to ask him again. The two boys will be on live. But it does go against you. I think it's something they will base it on because Portugal's oversubscribed, basically, Aaron. So it will go against you, unfortunately. Will there be a lot more videos coming up this week for Roar Plus? You're going to have state of play. You're going to have a bit of extra stuff.
Stop. There'll be Roar Retro. There'll be state of play, Roar Retro, and there'll be more content revolving the Ireland matches as well. So yeah, because Dave, I don't know why Dave's given such a long-winded answer, but yes, there will be.
Yes, there will be. No, I'm just a happy guy. Brian Wilson, good man, Brian. Also a Roar Plus subscriber. Apart from one or two stray plastic scales, was solid enough today in the Old Firm. A boring 0-0 draw, but yeah, he's getting a run in the team now, Scales, isn't he? Like he's doing quite well for Celtic, so I'm happy for him. Yeah. Ferguson, beautiful assist. Fair play to him, was a lovely assist, says Aaron. His grandma would be proud of that. They aren't supplying him much chances of having a chance of scoring. So much more impressed by his work rate and ball control. That's the thing with Serie A, isn't it? They don't score a lot of goals.
But when the ball is fully in the team, it'll help a lot.
There you go. Harrison D. Coleman, captain, is fit and firing. He played midweek. Hours after that, manager said he's not fit. Ridiculous. Also worth noting, he played yesterday versus Wolves. If we lose, we know why, you fucker. Well, yeah, he played 6 minutes, Harrison Daglish, your old name. And he played against Mansfield during the week. So let's just calm down there a little bit.
But the thing I think Coleman will be brought in. He's just such a valuable asset.
I'd love him. I want him around the squad. Bring him on the bloody plane, on the executive jet. Get him involved with the squad. Tony Nagel. Anybody know where all the Ferguson is finished? Posts have gone. Yeah. Well, tell him, Conor. You're right there, Conor.
Yeah,
you're right there, Conor.
I've got an email. I'm about to forward it to you. Yeah.
Is this a good email, or is this going to make me angry?
No, it's just something you need to check. You just need to double check something. But yeah, Ferguson, it's not finished. But I don't know what. In fairness, we never posted that.
No. We were actually very much in the
opposite.
We were
probably too much in the
opposite. Yeah, we got a bit of stick over that. Ryan, Gavin Kilkenny or Coventry should be involved in the squad if Phillips is injured. Well, that's an interesting shout. Also, Louis Barry should be included for Parrott.
Conor Coventry could be a good shout because he did speak very highly of him in the presser. He really has been impressed with Conor Coventry. But I think he's not, more like for like is Malumbi. If Heimer's looking for that like for like energy style midfielder, Malumbi's like the most. Problem is Gavin Kilkenny's playing in League Two. Like Gavin Kilkenny is an unbelievable footballer. Technically, it's outrageous. One of Ireland's probably best technical players. It's a travesty he's playing in League Two, to be honest. But the last 2 weekends he's got man the match, scored the other day. He shouldn't be playing in League Two, but I think the problem is Swindon will make him stay because they will want to get promoted, and he's their best player, and he probably is. He is definitely the best midfielder in League Two. But I think he's one. He could be a late bloomer to come into the Ireland squad in the future because he's just too much talent to not evolve into a really, really good player.
There you go, Harris. Indeed, Hungarian pair at Liverpool look great, don't they? The Pope were in frenzy when the basketball pins. If we repeat such feat of Viva, I'll be done with football. Now, Harrison, come on now. Celtic simply, if Knight keeps giving away sloppy frees, it's likely. He says in response to that. Nick thought Kerkez has looked shite so far, to be honest. Sabah's line was very good, to be fair. It's going to, Kerkez has not settled in at all, has he, at Anfield? The fullbacks having him off for Pong, to be fair. Freddie Simpson, opinions on Cornell, the Lincoln fan, Dave, a friend of Conor.
Just say he's a top guy.
Top guy. Till Tim Culhane, technical gremlins. I think that was on my iPad. Or was it? Harrison D. Hi, Celtic. I personally think Jack Taylor will start overnight. That midfield with Cullen and Knight isn't good enough. Franco, good man Franco. Another Lansdowne Roar plus subscriber. Can we get Festy in? Ogbeni is clearly not match fit. Well, we did talk about that. I mean, I don't know. He's not getting played, is he? I mean, I think him and Festy kind of around the same.
Festy today was the first time in his spell at Istanbul where he started 2 games in a row.
Yeah. So
yeah,
let's get them both. I think they both can do a job. Harrison D. Well, I would start Taylor. Let's see if the brains of the operation is on the same wavelength as me. Somebody who watches the game for fun. Tony Nagel, was Sinclair Armstrong biggest fan, but my word, is he ever going to score again? Were you a bigger fan of him than Conor? Conor, was he a bigger fan of Sinclair than you?
I don't know what's possible. But Sinclair will turn around. It's just he just needs a fresh start. Someone just needs a fresh start, a fresh club. Just I'd say mentally he's probably struggling at the moment in terms of football because of the way it's going for him at the moment.
Fair enough. Celtic 70, I'll stop Phillips' flight to Dublin myself. I don't give a shit.
He's probably on his way at the moment, Celtic.
I could see him doing do you ever see Die Hard 2 where John McClane runs out and they run away like that? Oh, God. Winston Morrison, how you doing, Winston? Parrott out? Yeah, not what you want to see. Where's Obafemi at? He's the next best option. He's rotting away at Burnley, really. Don't really know where he's going to go, if anywhere. A loan move can be made, Conor, outside the transfer window, can't it?
No, has to be to certain countries. I think the Turkish transfer window stays open for a while because actually saying about with Jadon Sancho, it said that he doesn't want to go to Turkey, but if he doesn't get a move by the first, that's when the option will come back up because I think it'll be the only option. But yeah, no, you can't make a loan outside the transfer window, Dave.
Okay. No, sorry. I know. Sorry, I didn't explain it very well. Like it's based, like what you just said there. To certain countries, you can. Like there are little ways around it, so you probably will end up going to Turkey somewhere. Right. Moving on. Oh,
I actually did. Sorry to know you. I actually looked at Twitter there. Do you know what he said about Shane Duffy? I searched his name, and some Turkish clubs linked to him. So I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know if it was. I think it's one of them Turkey things. You know, like give all the comments in, come to Besiktas and stuff. So I don't know if it was to them. Actually, just check there. The Turkish transfer window closes in 11 days. So I'd say if Obafemi doesn't leave tomorrow, it's a hint that he'll end up in Turkey.
Okay. Usher Fitzgerald here, boys. Was chatting to some of the lads at the pub, and my boys, who are boys with Killer, are saying he's grand and will play the Hungary game. Killian Phillips. So
I saw Usher in like Cork or somewhere. Does he not always talk and like with bye and stuff at the end of it?
Bye. Well, I mean, there's been nothing announced. Let me just double check. We are live, so let me just see if there's anything there. Nothing mentioned about anyone being left out. Irish Examiner. Anything on your feed there, Conor?
No. I think we'll just have to wait and see. I think we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest.
I think it's a wait and see moment, really. There, nothing on the Examiner. They tend to be the first ones there. Just see if there's any movement on that. They're probably waiting to see as well. Kevin O, what's the story with Morehouse at Man United, Conor?
He's waiting on his passport.
There you go. Dotty Nagel, I reckon a Prem club will come in with a bid for Jason Knight tomorrow. Anything on the grapevine for that, or is that just wishful thinking?
Wouldn't be shocked, but I think it's more unlikely than not, because he's flown into Dublin for the Ireland thing. So he'd have to probably fly back, but I guess it's just compulsory anyway. He has to fly in.
Okay. Noel Diamond, who is coming in for Parrott? Well, I said I want Festy. You said you wanted Festy. Festy.
I don't know who I want, to be honest.
Festy. Ghostly voice. Festy. Aaron Gubbins, Rovers and Shelbourne have some tough games. In particular, Rovers do playing two Champions League teams of last year, Shakhtar and Sparta Praha, isn't it? Shelbourne weren't too bad with that, actually. They kind of got away with that a little bit, which is mad.
But you can trust Rovers to shock a few teams.
Especially away from home. Beat two teams away from home.
Yeah.
Really good sides. Shamrock Rovers are a really good European side at that level. They really are. SCFC Henry 37. Curious as at this, why have you Boston down as a midfielder? He's been playing at the back for us and hasn't been any good in the midfield. Some player though. Correct him, Conor.
Because his best position naturally is midfielder. He's always come through at midfield. Heimer Hallgrimsson has really stated that he wants to play him in midfield for Ireland. I think the problem is when he's played midfield for Stoke, which I've watched the games, he's really Henry would know himself that he's been surrounded with your reserve team are players that are nowhere near the standard of Stoke. So I think I'd like to see him play in midfield beside the likes of Baker. And there's a couple of the new fella he brought in, but I don't know if he's actually the level. But I think himself and Lewis Baker would be really good beside each other. I just think you're just gonna have to wait to see him midfield at club level. But hopefully he comes in and plays a few minutes at midfield for Ireland. But I don't know if he will or not, because he's as good as he is a centre. I think that shows how good of a player he is, doesn't it, Dave? That he can play in really any position. But yeah,
no, I think it's good. I think you could play in the fancy club and come to Ireland and play in midfield, perhaps.
What about David Alaba? All those years.
Yeah. No, I think that's okay. I think it's something you could do. And he's a type of midfielder we desperately need. There. Oisin Fitzgerald, my team for Hungary. Bazunu, Coleman, Collins, O'Shea, Brady, Cullen, Killer, Smolich, Vata, Ogbedi. Kevin O says Brady and Vata aren't in the squad, Oisin. Who's Vata is the Celtic Symphony. Also, Oisin Coleman isn't in the squad either. But okay, there you go. On the discussion of waste,
Vata might get called up. That could be one correct.
That could be. I know he's a fan of Vata, isn't he?
Yeah.
Noel Diamond on Twitter. How you doing, Noel? On the discussion of a waste of talent, one name, Aaron Conley. Yeah,
but he's trying his best, in fairness, to turn it around. Hopefully he does.
He's at Leighton Orient, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's playing well for him.
Good. But he needs to step it up a bit to get back at the IB.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Kevin O, his dad was a Celtic ledge. That's
Rocco
Vata. So what was his name? He played against Ireland. Rudy Vata. He played against Ireland as well in the 90s. I actually saw Hallgrimsson approximately 11 months ago in a service station. He was queuing for a coffee. I wish I was more aware of his management skills at that point. I'm glad I didn't say hello.
Jesus, Harrison.
Jeez, give the man a chance. Yeah, Heimer's done okay. He just hasn't. No, he's done very well. I think he's done well so far. In my opinion, and your opinion, Conor, I think we're on the same wavelength. This is his only real big fuck up was the Luxembourg game.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think he's been really good.
Great.
He's a sicko Celtic. He plays for Celtic or somewhere in Scotland. Oisin Fitzgerald. That's
plays for Watford now.
Plays for Watford. G. I love the picture there, G. Lot. It's the women. They don't bring the revenue. Woke is over, Vera. Oh dear. I'm getting a bit political here on Aurora. Ushi Fitzgerald Harrison, you wouldn't say a word, you gobshite. Oisin says Harrison about Heimer. Harrison says, okay, Oisin, I think I would have had a serious thought regarding his approach to the Irish game. I believe he's a chancer. That was confirmed to me that he used Josh Honohan as a League of Ireland box ticker. Kevin O. Eileen, sour grapes much? Swearty glasses. I didn't see it mentioned. So McLean got an assist for Wrexham in a 2-0 win against Millwall, especially so because a Millwall fan wrote die Wrexham IRA. Oh, C word on the away route to the stadium. Well, I didn't see that bit, but I
mentioned it. I mentioned that he got the assist in the twin.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah. But I mean, we don't have him in IB because Conor doesn't like him. Oisin Fitzgerald, who's Josh Honohan? Ha 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 ha. What are you on about, Harrison? Never heard of that fella. You'd piss your boxers if you met Heimer in real life, you spaz.
So funny. You're so funny. Oisin's profile picture. The fact is still that.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're probably both patting each other's head, Oisin, a bit, aren't they? And he's on his way to Swansea. Kieran Kelly, Parrott is a big loss. Sorry, Kieran.
Respect the father.
Yeah, sorry. Human Ireland flag over there. Parrott is a big loss, but I think the team now picks itself in his absence. Kelleher, Doherty, Collins, O'Shea, Manning, Cullen, Knight, Johnson, Zaz, Benny, Ferguson. I can't see Ireland getting to a World Cup with a midfield two of Cullen and Knight. It's too lightweight. Needs more physicality. I have Cullen and Lawal or Cullen and Collins. I go with the Lawal thing. Yeah, and we do, and you are right. Like he has a point though, doesn't he? And that's a problem in our midfield. We need a powerhouse in that midfield. If you don't have a superstar like a Szoboszlai, you need a big, powerful guy in midfield, don't you, to kind of smash it up a bit. And we've been too easy to play through the midfield at times. So you'd hope Lawal would become that. He will
be our superstar.
He's your superstar, Conor. Isn't he?
Go right to the top.
He's gone right to your top, Conor, isn't he?
I stop with him, but he will go right to the top. I can guarantee you that.
Harrison D, what are you on about? Show some respect or get out of live chat. School in the morning? No, says Harrison D. God, this isn't going anywhere. David Salter, and a draw at home to Hungary is nonsense bonuses. What? If midfield is weak, which it is, we have to have 3 in at least. Okay. Franco, another subscriber. Lads, what's the show schedule for the week? Flying from California to London, good man Franco, on Wednesday, dropping up my daughter for study abroad. Then Dublin Saturday morning and off to Armenia on Monday via France, or is that Frankfurt? Franco. Well, we're kind of working on the schedule, but basically, off the top of our heads, Conor. Tomorrow. Window review tomorrow.
Preview.
Sorry, preview. I do always get us too confused. Preview and review. Back in the old Green Machine days. Window preview tomorrow, which is live. Friday, we will have a preview of the Hungary game on Friday. But that we don't know whether that's going to be live or not. Just a couple of personal things to take care of. So we'll see, but just keep an eye. But we are going to have...
It'll be a video.
It'll be video. There you go. Decision made. So that'll be a video on Friday.
No. But a video is that's why it's all one. So there will be something. Basically, you can say there will be a preview on Friday at some stage.
There will be a preview on Friday. Whether it's live or not, we don't know yet. Just a couple of personal things to iron out on my side of things. Saturday, we will have a the usual pre-game, 1 hour before kickoff. And then for about 25 minutes or so, then I go off and grab a coffee or a hot dog. And then we are live for the aftermath. And then Conor has
right, and then shut up. And then Sunday they don't know if there'll be anything on Sunday, to be honest with you. Monday there might be something on Sunday. Depends what the way it goes. On Monday,
right, Conor.
On Monday there will be there'll be a preview for the Armenia game, and then the matches on Tuesday. And also out this week there will be a opposition preview with a person from a member of Hungarian media who's going to give us more about really the Hungary team and what we know.
Our Conor's just going to talk to somebody on his flight, which is going to Budapest. Yeah, and we were going to the press conference as well in Armenia, aren't we, Conor? And we'll probably have a preview, hopefully from the stadium in Armenia. We'll do that, which probably won't be live. Yeah,
it will be live. Shut up with you. It will be live from the stadium. Oh, the
No,
match preview.
preview.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Preview.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me to shut up, you cheeky bollocks. I
Language.
am.
Oh.
Like, we've already had the C word. The only
Yeah, but
person
we
you
didn't pronounce it. We didn't pronounce it.
I called you a bollocks. I've been effing and jeffing on here. Anyway, right. So there you go, Franco. And yep, if you see us, watch the thing tomorrow night, the window preview.
He will. Franco will be watching. Franco doesn't miss it.
Absolutely. And yeah, you'll see where we're going to hang around just before we go onto the ground to do our pre-game. Shane Brown, Shane, the man. Thank you very much. Positive vibes, great days ahead. 3-0 win Saturday night. Evan flying, Nathan Collins looking like Beckenbauer. Come on, you boys with green. Good man, Shane. Top boy. And Shane Boy says, thank you for all you do, lads, keeping us Exiles connected. Thank you, Shane. Big supporter of the page, and yeah, just brilliant as always. Kieran, how you doing, Kieran? So, a Roar Plus subscriber. Do we know who'll replace Troy? You think it'll be another forward or the likes of Malumbi? We'll answer it again, of course. We think it's going to be Festy. We think it's Festy's going to come in, or it could be Vata, Festy or Vata, but I'd like to see Festy.
Or Louis Barry. Or Sinclair Armstrong, or Tom Cannon. We don't know. We don't
know. But I want to see Festy come in, or maybe Louis Barry actually. But Festy. David Rohan, I'm going through Istanbul, also getting in at like 3 a.m. Good stuff. Franco, Dave, see you on LH1560 in Frankfurt. Good man, Franco. Say hello. Yeah, you probably I'll be like that.
Franco will be the pilot. He'll put you in beside him. You get your picture in the pilot.
You know what? If you are, get me in the old cockpit there. I'm not going to make a joke about that, Conor.
Yeah, because you like that shit. Right, go on.
Actually, I was thinking about you sharing a. Yes. Joe, will Moran be playing tonight? We don't know, Conor. When is that game?
I've heard it's not the
international cleared.
The game's at 3:45 a.m. anyway, so it's not like we might be staying up to watch it.
Yeah, you will. You'll be up watching that.
I would be if I knew he was playing, but he's not playing from what I hear.
Aaron Gubbins, here are the best set pieces for game on Saturday. I presume Manning will start. Should be him. Yeah, I mean he scored 2 free kicks this season now, hasn't he?
He has done.
Yeah. Especially for a team like Ireland, badly need a decent set piece taker, especially since Robbie Brady's set piece are shite. To be fair,
they're terrible. He puts one perfect one in 50. One every 50 is unbelievable, but it's a very rare thing to happen. Yeah, Manning or maybe or possibly maybe Azaz or something from the other side, but yeah, most likely Manning.
Yeah. Aaron Gubbins again. Have you found Hungarian supporter or journalists to hear their thoughts on Ireland? We are working on it, Aaron. I know you mentioned that last time. But
I have. That'll be sorted, Aaron. Don't worry.
Don't you worry, Aaron. And Roma are building a strong team. Shimikas gone there too. Yep, gone from Liverpool. Celtic Symphony. BT Sports said Tyler George of Chelsea is off to Roma to play alongside Ferguson.
Tyler George, yeah, possibly. It's looking like it's going to happen.
Did you see poor Jackson? Did you go into
Bayern? Yeah. Perfect.
And then he revoked his right to a medical, so he can't even if he wants to try cheeky and have a medical. Then it gets really complicated with a medical. Apparently, I was reading there. That's why he had to do that, because if he has a medical, Bayern Munich, they rush him through and they go, "Oh no, well actually, hold on a second now. We can take you to court over certain things," and they have to revoke your right for a medical. I didn't know that. Aaron Gubbins, what's your preferred team for both games? Will O'Brien start?
Go on there, Dave.
Well, I'll start off. Gallagher and goal. Go on, Conor.
Because I always go first, and then you go. Oh yeah, I'd go to see him. Go on, give us your formation. It's obviously because we traditionally line out in a 4-4-2. Go on, give us your 4-4-2.
Well, I think Collins and O'Shea in defence. Probably gonna go right back. He's probably gonna go Doherty, isn't he?
What's yours? What do you want? You don't have to say what he goes with. What do you want?
O'Brien.
Okay.
O'Brien. Nice and steady and right back. Although that boy has no pace. The amount of times that Wolves caught out Everton. Jesus.
You're a Liverpool fan.
I know, right? The amount of times that Everton were caught out. when they were pressing for another goal because O'Brien, Brian, he's not a fast player. Like he's just not. He's not a speedy player, and he was caught out of position a lot. So, but I can't imagine us pressing hungry. But yeah, I'd go with O'Brien right back, left back. I'd go with Manning. It just makes sense. On the left, you'd probably have to go with Mikey Johnston. On the right, I'd like to see Casey McAteer start. I thought he did excellent. I'm going to go a bit mad. I'd love to see Bosun. I like to see what Bosun the Wild's all about. Put him in the middle of the park with Josh Cullen. And then up front, I'd love to see Sammy Smodic play in behind Evan Ferguson. That's what I'd love. It's not going to happen, but that's what I'd love to see. And I can see that for both games as well. There you go, Conor. Stick that up your arse.
Could you sit beside Evan?
Smodic in behind Evan.
Crazy, right?
It's not crazy.
You're forgetting you're forgetting our most important player, most creative player. Anyway, but mine is Kelleher, Doherty, Collins, O'Shea, Manning, McAteer on the right. I'm conflicted between Smodics or Johnson. Johnson because he's in good form. Cullen, Knight, Azaz, and Ferguson. He's obviously going to start.
Against Hungary?
Yes, it's going to be like what Finland away is. Do you remember when 4-4-2? Smodics played off the left. Benny was on the right. And then it was Knight and Cullen.
I to be honest, I think to start off, I think my team's a lot more balanced. Because you got old-fashioned 4-4-2. Nothing wrong with it, Conor. Never mind all this, low press, high block bollocks.
What has that got to do with it? I
don't know. I just like having a go against the low block. And you just have the two wingers lashing the ball in, the big man in the box. You got Smodic, the street footballer, in behind him. Nice and simple. John Toshak and Kevin Keegan, he hasn't got a clue what I'm talking about. But, some of the older lads out there. Come on, lads. Kevin Phillips, Niall Quinn, Robbie Keane, Niall Quinn.
Kevin Phillips?
Work.
Kevin Phillips?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but you're losing it.
No, really. I think that's a very balanced team. I got both on the wall. But you bring a Zaz on when it goes wrong and we're 2-0 down. Anyway, there you go, and you have that in both games, but there you go. Harrison D. Chelsea have plenty of wingers, don't they? Have you seen that bleach-haired chap they signed? He looks like Jesus. Come on, I'm scrolling on his phone during the game. What is wrong with the new age? That's Garnacho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what, though? What I will say there, Harrison D. Sorry, Conor, do you want to say something?
Oh, no, go on.
What I will say, that does annoy me, and that is why he's been bombed out. That's one of the reasons why he's been bombed out of Man United. He's sitting there watching a game. I remember years ago when you had Man United, they had Ryan Giggs sitting on the bench, sitting like that, watching the game, and he had a load of youngsters next to him pissing about on their phone. And there is Ryan Giggs, who knows everything about football, been through, I think he was about 40 years of age at the time, and he's sitting there and he's watching the game. He watches
on the
everything.
bench. You can't go on your phone on the bench.
Sorry, it wasn't in the bench. It was.
Was it like a
I think it was
or something, or sitting in the stands or some?
I think he was sitting in the stands. Yeah, sorry. I just remember he had like a scarf like that, and he's just sitting there freezing his arse off, but he's watching everything in the game.
Yeah.
That is the difference. And Garnacho sitting there pissing around with his missus or whatever, or his girlfriend or both, on his phone. And I think that's a massive problem. That would be because he needs to learn. But there you go. Kieran Kelly, 6 points in these two games would be brilliant. 4 points would be fine. Yeah. 3 points less would be disaster and game over. Agreed. I just hope come November's games, Ireland still has a chance and it's not over after 2 games. Garnacho, says Celtic. Yep, that's what we're talking about. Jonas Pedro and Cole Palmer are brilliant. They're my pick for the Premiership, says Celtic Symphony.
Jonas. The Jonas brothers, is it? He's the new Jonas brother.
Jonas Pedro, there you go. And Cole Palmer. Well, you got Cole right. Harrison D. You know who I'd love from Chelsea? That Neto from Portugal. He's like a bulldog and has quality.
Good player.
So, did he not pass away in an accident? Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
That was Jota Celtic.
Fucking hell. Aaron Gubbins, this is the start to us taking over USA and listening to the Three Amigos. Will you rent a villa, the three of you? Absolutely.
We will.
Absolutely. If you get out there, we'll get a sponsor to go behind us. Joe, that was... Oh, yeah. Josh, But yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Joe, it's odd that they have not commented on Parrott yet. The training starts tomorrow. Right? I thought they would have had it sorted. Joe asked a very good question there. Could there be, Conor? Could that lead into a bit of a club versus country row?
I don't know, to be honest, because like a lot of the lads, like Parrott would have been due to play today, and if they actually if he would have played today, he wouldn't have trained tomorrow. Like the lads playing today wouldn't have trained tomorrow. So I don't know what the situation is, to be honest.
There you go. Celtic Symphony, just seen something saying that Chelsea have sent a bid to Brentford for Collins, the centre back, 46 million. Could be a good move for him. Let's have a look.
I haven't seen it. I can't Twitter.
Just on the Sky Sports thing here, Rangers, Palace are going to lose Gahey, aren't they? So they're looking for a thing. Villa trying to get Sanchez. No, nothing there. Celtic. Watching Sky News, they flashed up Ogbeni is in talks with Frankfurt for a loan move.
Frankfurt.
Check that out for us there, Conor.
I don't know. Ogbeni not comes up with Frankfurt. We'll see who's Frankfurt.
Okay, and get it. Ferguson, Smolich, start up front for me. There you go. Have Fessy and Benny on the wings. That sounds like Fergie's bread and butter. Take the ball, pop it off, get in the mixer, sniff out a chance, and take it. Get it. Yeah, not too far. Pretty much what I was saying there as well. See these kids out Gaelic. Like they try to put their calculators out and the little wrestling rings like Ruben Amorim and all that nonsense. Well, anyway, Conor, gone a little bit over our time, but that is all we have time for. 2,300 of you watching on a Sunday night, guys. Fantastic support. And honest to God, brilliant. You are all brilliant. And we really do appreciate it. The two lads will be back tomorrow. Check out the socials. They will be live. It'll either be 9 or 10 around that time, but just check out the socials when, Martin bothers his hole to get back. His old communication, Conor. It's not the best, is it? No.
Fair enough to speak.
No, but he'll be whispering sweet nothing.
Shut up, you can't.
Sorry, inside baseball. No.
Stop.
I'm gonna stop now. But yeah, anyway, so thank you very much, guys. They will be live tomorrow for the window preview. It all starts tomorrow here on Lansdowne Road, home. I think maybe the home of the international. We're the home of the international window, Conor, aren't we? We own the international window, don't we?
I think so.
We are the international window. But yeah, it all starts here tomorrow, and a big announcement will be made on the show very early in the show as well. Become quite obvious when you see it. But brilliant stuff there. If you haven't already, guys, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter. Please do like the video. It really does help. And if you want a little bit of Roar, head over to Roar Plus. There you go. And if within the next 15 minutes you join Roar Plus, you will go into a drawer, which will be announced tomorrow, to win a Roma jersey.
It doesn't have to be the next 15 minutes, as long as before this show starts tomorrow evening. That's when we'll be doing the draw. So,
are we going to push it? Okay, before the show starts tomorrow. There you go. You go until the show starts tomorrow, and you can win a Roma jersey. Conor's feeling generous. Mm-hmm. He is feeling generous.
Because I know it's going to be a good week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be. Cinema Shoots does Alistair Ebiselli. Yeah. We'd like to see him involved. Possibly.
Get picked.
Why not? Yes. So, yeah. Right. We're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. Join the lads tomorrow. I'm David Dunn. He is Conor McAvoy. This is Lansdowne Raw. We were live. You were beautiful. It's over. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. God bless.